What's up, guys? DD Quad here, back again, this time in the D-League Power Rankings. With me, I believe Lewis Hound are here, maybe? I don't know. They can introduce themselves.
Yeah, you got Lewis here.
And you've got Noah here for your Denver Galvantulas.
So a little different lineup since we did the pre-draft, but I think we are just going to go through all 14 now that every team has drafted for the most part. I think one or two haven't finished, but we'll still go through, give our thoughts on them. And Lewis, you want to start us off?
Okay, yeah, sure, why not? So for number 14, I have Jamal. So there's not much I can really go off on his draft because he hasn't finished it like a few people, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he drafted a couple of stuff that he's comfortable with, like Clefable and Mega Amphros, if I'm not mistaken. So there's that, but there was nothing too amazing about it, you know. Like sometimes, well, like all the time in drafts, you see that one Pokemon that really stands out in the draft and just brings the draft together. But there's nothing really on his team, on his draft that does that for me. So that's why I have him ranked.
Yeah, I agree. He has a couple of good ones, but none of them are really standouts in league format, at least. I mean, the only one that really stands out is Nidoking, and even then, I wouldn't build a whole team around that.
In my 14th spot, I have Midnight. Just a disclaimer, my list is solely based on draft, not on skill, past performance, win percentage, whatever. It's sheerly off this draft. My biggest problem with Midnight's team is it's fairly passive, and I've never seen Mega Beedrill used super well other than when A12 drafted it either last season or the season before in Kanto. Just overall, his team is pretty well balanced, but I think he deserves the 14th slot just as draft.
Yeah, I agree. I think Beedrill has seen very little success. I think Cody's used it pretty well, but other than that, I think it's kind of just an underwhelming Mega to really build a team around because it gives you that Stealth Rock weakness, and it's not something you really want to have in a league.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so moving on to 13. I have the Bagons up in number 13. It's a fairly well-balanced team. The NU picks kind of turned me off a little bit. They just seem kind of lopsided and just kind of there. It's kind of just a thrown together team there at the end, it seems like, to me anyways. But overall, his team's pretty well balanced, and I think he doesn't quite deserve the last spot, but his team is just kind of so-so. He has a couple major common weaknesses that I see, but they're checked pretty well, so it's not a huge concern.
Yeah, I agree. I think he really has a really poor RU and NU draft. I really think everyone's going to know what he's bringing each week, and it's really just going to be those top 6 mons that he has, and
yeah,
I think it's a bit of a disadvantage in a counter format type of league.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I mean, Fuck's still a great guy, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I've never personally seen him battle, so
everyone speaks highly of him. So I mean, he must be decent.
Yeah. Okay, so up in my number 12 spot, I have Jamal, who my biggest problem with this team, besides that it's not completed, not really looking at that right now, but it is basically really hyper offensive with just Clefable thrown in there. It seems like not a whole lot of balance there, just hyper offense. I think it'll be very obvious what he brings every week. Weezing's there too, but it's not a super viable Pokemon in my opinion. I've never been able to use it well, but that's me. Again, his draft isn't complete, so I'm just going off what I see right now. And he doesn't have much, if any, hazard removal. I don't think he has any by the look of it.
No, and another thing with hyper offense, at least in this league, is the NBA is a very, like, I think the championship winning teams are all balanced, and hyper offense has never been really successful. So that's another thing he has going against him.
Yeah. I do like the Keldeo pick, though. A lot of people don't like using it, but it's a really good mon in this format, I think.
Yeah, that was on
Aside
A12's
from
list, right? So that's kind of a...
It was.
Okay,
It
so...
was indeed. Okay, what is your number 12 pick, Lewis?
Okay, so my number 12. Let's see. I got Midnight. Now Midnight. Let's just see where his draft is. Yeah, so he got Mega Beedrill, which is an interesting Mega to say the least. Much like with kind of like Jamels, I don't think anything stood out. Like, he does have a lot of good stuff like that he knows how to use well, like with Durant, but I don't feel like it all kind of came together for me. It's all kind of just like a lot of good stuff put on the team, and then hope it works. That's how I feel about it anyway. But yeah, that's all I can think of right now.
Okay. Well, in my level, number 11, Noobs, I have Noobs in my 11th spot. He's the coach of the Las Vegas Lucarios. Now, I like his overall draft. It's very, very solid. I don't see a whole lot of common weaknesses except one that he has very few checks to. And also he drafted Regice, which I've never really seen used well in League. Every time I've bought a Regice in this format, I've always just blown it away without any struggle at all. So that's why he's in the 11th spot for me.
I've been told to say that Noobs had a noobish team. I'm not sure why, but whatever. Noobs honestly has a pretty decent team. I think I would have put him a little higher. Just a little bit of disclaimer. I was kind of thrown into this call to replace Infernage, maybe, I believe. So this isn't really my power rankings. I think Noobs has a decent team. It's kind of hyper offensive again, which can be an issue in this league. Not a whole lot of great bulk, but I think he has enough power on his team that he'll be able to get quite a few wins this season.
Yeah, no, I was impressed
definitely.
How well he drafted, considering his what's the word I'm looking for? His experience within Pokemon.
His noobish experience, yeah.
That's yeah,
I'll be right back.
I was quite impressed with that. But yeah, I believe I put him 9th, I think. Yeah, 9th. So I thought his draft was pretty good. Of course, he picked the Powdon, which is one of my staples for the most part. And some of the stuff that he drafted was questionable, like, as you said, Noah for Regice, but I think it was generally okay. Missing a few type cores, but like the water,
grass, and fire, yeah.
Which is an even good one on his team that he's got.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah. So.
I was impressed with most of these drafts overall, considering this is considered the development league, which is technically considered under Kalos. A lot of these drafts are very, very solid. It was really hard to rank a lot of these, especially the lower ones, because they all just deserve pretty decent spots, I think, because they're all pretty good, well-done drafts.
Okay, you guys want to move on to then number 11, or do you guys have anyone different? Or number 10, I mean.
I'm ready to move up whenever. My number 10 is AJ, coach of the Ballarat Bisharps.
Hey, my mentoree, even though I haven't really talked to him much, but we're related, kind of.
Yeah. I have him in number 10 because mostly he has just a couple unchecked weaknesses, it seems like. I won't mention them. But the biggest problem I see with this team is he has no hazard removal, unless I'm mistaken. That would be my only complaint with this team. I don't see any hazard removal. I could be
there's
incorrect.
none, which is always kind of an issue.
That's definitely an issue in league format, especially when you're like battling Dylan or something. But one of the good points of his team, the reason he's ranked higher than some of the lower, is Jirachi and Tornadus, Tarian, however you say it. They're just fantastic OU Mons, and I don't think you can really go wrong when drafting them.
Yeah, there's a really nice Volt-Turn combination going on, and that really kind of benefits Chandelure, which I think is kind of an underrated wall breaker. I think he has like
Definitely.
140 special attack. So I think
Yeah.
it's a good team. I think he's going to need to use a couple waivers to get a rapid spinner or maybe a defogger. But other than that, I think he'll have some success with it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think I put him at number 10. So I thought his draft was okay, quite offensive, by like Vaporeon, but apart from that, it's fairly offensive, and we all know how that goes in league format.
Yeah.
As Noah said, the lack of hazard removal is pretty bad because you can just hazard stack, just get a Omastar or a Selgor or something, just start setting up with spikes, which can really just win games in all honesty. Because especially with Volt Turn, where you're going to be switching out a lot, you're not going to be
Yeah, definitely.
appreciating hazards at all. So I think
Spikes
that's
and-
one.
yeah.
That's one really big issue that I found on his draft. But yeah,
Okay. So, Dee, do you have anything to add to our number 10?
No, I think we've said everything. So we move up to
Okay.
number 9.
My number 9 is actually Falcon. Now, once again, he did great last season. This has nothing to do with performance. But the one biggest thing is all of his hazard removal that I see is weak to stealth rocks, which is definitely difficult to in league format. But overall, the fact that he has hazard removal is huge, is why he's up higher than some of these others. He has a lot of offensive pressure and Metagross and Azumarill and Raikou, and he has just a lot of really good picks. Another big thing is he has the Mega Gross curse, which is just it's always present in the NBA. If you draft Mega Metagross, excuse me, you're just doomed to get hacked every game.
You're doomed to get hacks, and you're doomed to be extremely disappointed with Metagross. I mean, shout out to this guy drafting Meganium. That's a baller move.
I know.
No, but anyway, I think if you're going to use Metagross, my only advice is you really need to really be diverse with it and have a lot of different sets. A lot of people kind of get in the mindset of using just the one all-out attacker. So I think as long as you play
definitely.
smart with it, maybe he'll break the curse, but I think just because he has that curse, he should be lower.
Yeah, that's true. Well, anyways, what do you think? What is your number 9 spot, Lewis?
my number 9. That's actually Noobs, but I've already gone through him, so I guess I'll just talk about Falcon since you guys have. So Falcon, I put him 4th, I think, because I really like his draft. It's really solid. Has a lot of walls as well. It can just come in. And, well, obviously ball stuff because that's what they do.
Yeah.
Nice offensive pressure as well. But I tried to forget about that Metagross curse because it's not like, I don't know if it's actually an actual thing, but it is
it's a thing.
definitely
Absolutely a thing.
it is definitely a worry because only 2 people have broken the curse, if I'm not mistaken. That's DD and Fuck or Puck or whatever his name is.
I wouldn't even say I broke the curse. I had a terrible
Yeah,
season. I think
I mean,
Sam
yeah.
is the only person to really have a good season with it. Although I will say he
course.
was smart and drafted Cofagrigus, which is a good check to Metagross. I mean,
That's true.
Yeah.
if you're limiting your checks, it'll always do better.
Definitely. Okay. So unless you have something else to say, we can move on to number 8.
I think we
Yeah,
can
go
move
for
on.
it.
In my number 8 spot, I have Peter, who is the coach of the Detroit Pyroars. Now, Peter has some fantastic UU and OU picks, excuse me, and just an overall really good team. Mega Alakazam is fantastic in league format. He's rarely drafted because it's huge weakness to priority attacks like Sucker Punch and Pursuit and Bullet Punch and the like. But he has some really good checks to Sucker Punch and Bullet Punch, which, since Mega Alakazam is so frail, it needs good checks to it. And Bisharp takes Bullet Punches, he takes Sucker Punches, which is, again, Mega Alakazam's biggest issue in my opinion. I drafted it season 4, season 5, and it was really, really fun to use. It's a really well balanced team overall, so that's why he's in my number 8 spot.
Yeah, I agree. It's a really well-built team. There's no extreme flaws with it. I think he really has a lot of good utility mons. He has Ments that can clean up with Scarf and Moxie, Quillfish for and Aerodactyl for hazards. I mean, it has some great bulk as well. I think it's a really well-balanced team, and I think he'll do well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In my opinion, no, you're going to disagree with this, but I don't like Alakazam in League format. I feel like it's quite underwhelming and easy to check. But apart from that, I think his team's pretty good. How he got Ments in UU3 is beyond me.
Yeah,
I think it's just ridiculous. But yeah, no, I like his draft. Some big threats like Manaphy and Ments, of course, that I mentioned. And yeah, it is quite solid. But I guess I'll move on to what I actually put for number 9, which was Fuck or Puck. I don't know. If you're watching this, please, like, in the comments, say how you actually pronounce your name, because none of us know.
I think it's definitely Fuck. I think that's how you have to say it.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Unless we have little children, then it's not that.
I'll go with that then. Okay, so his draft, I feel like he's going to be relying a lot on Cresselia for like walling pretty much everything. Yes, he does have the Venusaur, but
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, moving on to number 7.
I think it suits.
Okay, so we'll let Lewis catch back up the time, and I guess me and Ham will keep going, right? Just want to... Did I lose everybody?
Yes, we will. Yes.
Okay, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. So number 7, I have Joshua, the Dynamo Dresden. Okay, I'm used to him being Munich, but I mean, oh god, he has a really nice team actually. There's some nice wall breakers and some nice cores going on with Skarmory. Crobat's always good. Chestnut's really underrated. Rhyperior is kind of meh, but I think it can be used well. And I think he really has a good lower 6 picks. I think they are all really usable, and I think they'll really complement his team. So I think all in all, he has really good value picks.
I would agree with you. I think, I can't remember where I put him, but, oh yeah, that's right. I put him a little higher on the list, but no, actually, no, I put him in 7th as well. Joshua, I put him in 7th because he has some huge threats in Kyubi and Mega Gyarados. Crobat is also really, really good in League format with the Nasty Plot set, and it has a bunch of other, like Roost. It has a lot of utility is my point, and U-Turn is also good for carrying momentum. He would be a little higher if not for like a couple questionable picks in my opinion. For example, I don't really like Rhyperior in League because it has base 45 special defense and just gets blown back by any water or grass move essentially. But other than that, the team as a whole checks the common weaknesses really well.
I think as a whole team, it's pretty good. I mean, some of these aren't really common in League play, but I think he'll be able to make them work. And I think Josh will really have a good season with this group of mons, especially with those wall breakers.
Definitely. So was Lewis with us? Has he caught up? What's your number 7 pick?
Of course. Number 7, let me just take a look real quick. Number 7, I actually have Joshua as well. Joshua, I feel like this is one of the best drafts that I've ever seen from him.
Yes. This is very good. Good points. Good points. So I really want to know how this comes out in the video, or is it just going to be us talking to each other now with Lewis like lagging out? I don't know. Or are we talking over him?
We'll find out.
Great. Okay. Do you want to move on to number 6?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Do you want to start?
Go ahead.
Okay. I have Danny apparently at number 6 through the advice of Infernage. Sorry. Looking at his team, I don't know why it's so low. I don't really see any. Gardevoir is a great OU pick. Sand is a great weather with Excadrill. It's kind of tough in League because it can be kind of countered with a random sunny day, but still really good. Darm's great. Galvantula. Why is he so low? Where do you have him?
I have him about, who are we talking about? We're talking about
Danny, the Victoria Victory Bells.
Yeah, I have him at 6 as well. He could probably be higher, but actually he could probably be a lot higher. But Mega Gardevoir, fantastic. OU Mon, great wall breaker. Checks Cresselia really well, which is a pain to deal with in League format. And he has really good hazard control in Hitmonlee. He has Excadrill, so he has quite a few rapid spinners, which is helpful. I guess the only reason he's so low is because he can get spin blocked, and pretty much you can keep hazards on the field with him because I don't see any defoggers. Oh no, Golbat, never mind. So he has all his bases covered in that area, and he has Galvantula, which is easily the best Mon in the entire game. So
I don't know. Okay, well, you're biased. I was going to say, I don't know if I agree with that, but I realized you're biased. I think Galvantula's a really good Sticky Web user, and I think Sticky Web is really underutilized in the league play. Not even if you bring it, just the threat of it. I think people don't prep enough for it. This is kind of worrying for me, though, because I haven't seen all these picks before. Like I said, I was kind of thrown into this. So if Danny's number 6, I'm really curious why these other people are above him then. They must have killer drafts. That or Infernage put himself at number 1 for no reason. Anyway, do you want to move up to number 5 then, or do you have number 6 different?
5, I have 5 ready. Danny was my number 6. In my number 5 spot, I have Grounded, who is the coach of the... Let me find it. The Lowland Nidoqueens, which I think they were in Kanto last season because they joined halfway through the season. I don't really know how the rest of their season went because I don't really follow Kanto all that much.
You don't follow Kanto? Dude,
why? I follow A12, I follow you and Rob and Techno, and that's basically the extent of my Kanto knowledge.
Way to suck up. Way to suck up, dude. I like that.
Like I said, I have Grounded in my number 5 spot. The biggest reason probably is his team has just a lot of versatility. You can bring multiple different dynamics. I think you can bring defensive. He has some nice defensive mons, very nice defensive mons that can also be run, other than the Blissey, I think can also be run really well offensively. And he has Mamoswine, which has been proven by Techno that it's a fantastic mon in this format. And like I said, his team is bulky, but it's not completely passive, which is a big deal.
Yeah, I agree. He has a lot of offensive mons that can pull off defensive sets, which I think is always a really good way to pull your bulk together. Charizard Mega X is also really good. I think it's had some success overall in the league. I think just Stealth Rocks always gives it trouble, but I think this season it can really pull it all together, especially with this team. There's really no faults. And I can understand now why Danny was number 7, because this is, again, just an even better team. So I think here on up, it's just going to be better and better teams unless you guys really, really messed up.
Yeah. Anyways, if there's nothing else anyone wants to add, we can move on to number 4.
I think we have someone else coming in now to... Oh, I'm supposed to introduce... Oh, wait. No. In case you guys can't see what's happening...
What? What are we talking about here?
We have the Veggen. We got Dan Pats up in here.
Hello, guys. It's me, Dan Pats. I'm here filling in for Lewis real quick. So let's rank some drafts.
Okay.
Can you do me a favor and count on your fingers?
I cannot. Not yet. Anyway.
That's fair.
He's still in kindergarten, DD. Give him a break.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna go on the number 4 then.
Unless Zavej has some nice.
Zavej.
Has some nice
okay.
number 5.
On the number. I'll pitch in my. Pitch in my thoughts.
Well, in my number 4 spot, I have Roaring, who is the coach of the Murfreesboro Milotics. I believe I said that right. I think it's the best balanced out of the entire draft for the most part. It would probably be higher if it wasn't because of Celebi. I just don't really think it's that great in league with its 4 times its weakness to Bug. But he
I'm going to
basically
disagree
has-
with you on that. No, I'm going to cut you off right there. I'm going to stop you in your tracks. No, Celebi,
Okay.
I think, is really underrated. I think its baton pass sets with Swords Dance or Calm Minds or Nasty Plots to pass onto his team can be really useful. It has good bulk with hundreds across the board. I think you can't really knock it just for having U-turn a weakness or you usually have much to answer a U-turn either. So, you know what? I still think Celebi is a great mind. I think he'll have great success with this season, and you can continue now.
Okay. Well, I would agree with you. Basically, my last point on Roaring is that he basically has 6 OU picks. 3 OU Mons that were just moved recently, I think, moved down to UU. So he basically has all of his OU picks, and then all of his UU picks are basically OU Mons that were just moved down due to tier changes. Just a really, really good and well-balanced team, which is why I have him in number 4.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Nice.
It's impressive that he... Oh, I'm sorry. Dan, would you like to
Oh,
go?
no. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I think it's really impressive. He drafted really well getting those 3 UU Mons that he did. I think they've all had various success in league, and that's all when they've been in OU. So now that he has actual good quality OU Mons to support them, I think it'll be really well. I guess this is the year of the Dragonite thanks to A12. So nice to see that again. Scizor Mega, I think, really supports Dragonite, and he even has Swampert at RU because I guess we moved that down for some reason. So you could argue he really has 7 OU/UU Mons. But
Yeah,
anyway.
he has a really, really nice team. Okay, Dan, what would you call for your 4th spot? Or any thoughts on Roaring's team?
Okay, yeah. So with Roaring, I usually hate Mega Scizor in League. I'm not even gonna lie, but I really like the way that he supported it here with Volcanion and Dragonite, and even Conkeldurr to help him break down the walls. And he's got all the team support he needs to really shine and really make a run this season.
Definitely. I have one more thought on Roaring's team. I like how he has Mega Scizor and then Conkeldurr just to absorb the Will-O-Wisps, and he also has Volcanion, obviously. He has a lot of just soaking for status, which is very, very helpful when you have physical sweepers as your Mega.
Yeah, I agree. And he has that nice Dragon, Fairy, Steel Core, which I guess is always important for some reason. I don't know why. It's not like it's that good.
Okay. Unless you guys have any other opinions on Roaring or the 4th spot, we can move on to number 3.
Let's do it.
Okay. In my number 3 pick, I have Josh, who is actually Dan's mentoree. He's the coach of the Pearl District Clampearls. I really overall like his draft. He has good hazard control and no obvious common weaknesses that aren't checked by other Mons. It would be really hard to prep for, I think, just looking at it because it's just has so much versatility in it. Audino is a underrated cleric in my opinion. I've never seen Masquerain used in League before this season, which it was drafted in Kalos as well, I believe, by Cody, I think.
You are correct.
Started on this Masquerain. So I was the one who suggested this pick to him. Now let me clue you in on Masquerain. This thing gets Intimidate, right? And access to the best setup move in the game, Quiver Dance.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
when
true.
you see its supporting move pool, it gets moves like Blizzard, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Bug Boost, Giga Drain, Air Slash, all the stuff that can really make it deadly.
Yeah, and that just goes back to my point on how versatile his team is. It'll be extremely difficult to prep for his opponents, and I think he'll just perform really well with this team. Didi, what is your thought on?
I'm really blown away right now that Zev really just tried to convince me that Masquerain is a legitimate threat.
Yeah.
He has a lot of good picks. I always just struggle though with the concept of drafting Audino as your Mega. I always kind of view it as a lazy excuse, especially in League play. I'll admit it has potential, but it's always been underwhelming every time I've seen it drafted, and I really struggle with putting someone so high when they draft Audino. I really just don't see it. It's never been that successful. But his other picks are really good, so we'll see, I guess.
So, your biased opinion, Dan, on Josh's draft.
On Josh's draft, well, I think this is the greatest draft in the D-League. Okay, no, but actually, we were supposed to go a really nasty stall, but then Skarmory got sniped. We were originally planning to go Weavile stall, but, you know, it didn't really work out, and we shifted to more of a balance. And at the end of the day, I think we picked up a really good balanced team with offensive threats like Weavile, Thundurus, T, and Moltres, plus some defensive threats such as Latios, P2, and Jellicent. So I think overall, Mega Audino, basically 130 defenses, can wish pass, pretty diverse move pool, Calm Mind. I think if Josh uses this draft, even decent, he doesn't have to use it well. If he can use it decently, it's an easy playoffs for him.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Moving on to the number 2 spot.
Can I just say something about number 2 real quick? I'm going to make a blind prediction right here. Blind prediction. Is Derek mentored by A12?
It is, definitely. That was my point. Okay.
Wow.
It's very obvious. Okay. So in my number 2 spot, I have Derek. My first point I have on this paper is very obviously A12 inspired, since it's his mentor. He has Diggersby, Megalodios, Mandibuzz, Registeel, all the stuff that A12 drafts basically every season. He can get his hands on it. Also Amoonguss, which A12 also loves.
Yeah.
It's a very, very well-balanced team. Obviously, it's A12 is his mentor, and he has four rings on his fingers for Kanto. So he's a very good mentor, very good.
Are you going to count them? Please count them.
1, 2, 3, 4. Count them on your fingers, folks. Okay.
I hate
You
that.
could probably interchange my number 1 and Derek, number 1 and 2, and you could probably interchange them because they both have just really great drafts. So, Didi, your thoughts?
It's really hard to knock. Yeah, sorry, I cut you off there, but I'm going to continue to talk anyway. It's really hard to knock what I consider the A12 style offense when you have Diggersby and then you just have disgusting bulk backing it up. I can see there's probably some touches of Derek in this. Frostlass and Infernape aren't typical. Actually, Infernape might be typical A12. Oh no, he's gotten to you.
Oh no.
Is Armaldo typical of A12? I don't think it is.
I don't think so. I've seen him use it once or twice, but
okay, so that's
a whole lot more than
typical
that.
A12. Zebstrika. So I think maybe Pyroar and maybe Frostlass are the only things Derek really got a say in. It sounds like A12 strictly told him what to draft.
Yeah, I actually asked A12 if he specifically outlined his entire draft, but he says he just suggested Diggersby and then went down the list of what
he
works well
suggested
with it.
these things, and he just never said no to him.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on to wait, we gotta see what Dan's opinion of it is. So your opinions on the El Pasco Chinchinos, Dan?
Well, a very typical A12 team. Really good. Probably going to make a run. Diggersby, though. Latios is really underrated. A great Calm Mind sweeper. A good balance breaker. And you got Frostlass, one of my personal favorite Mons, able to Spike Stack, Destiny Bond, all these things. And overall, all the keys to really win a championship this season.
Yeah, I mean, A12 offense wins championships. I think that's all we really had to say. I don't know why we spent 10 minutes talking about it. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I really want to see now who number 1 is and why they are beating A12 offense, which is the proven way to win championships.
Okay, so bear with me. This is going to be kind of cliche. Inferage is who I have in my number 1 spot for the biggest reason being Victini and Megalop hunting together are just so scary in league format. It's a very well-balanced team. I don't see too many unchecked. Common weaknesses, Suicune and Zapdos are 2 fantastic UU Mons. Especially when they're together. It's just Volt Switch works really, really well as well with Mega Lopunny, so it's just a really well-built team. And I think that Inferage in the Las Vegas Infernape can very possibly move back up to Kalos this season.
I'm sensing a lot of bias, though. I mean, I think he has a lot of good mons. I'll give him that. But I think there's also a couple throwaway, kind of just fun mons.
Yeah.
I don't know how well they've been used.
I see Clefairy in the last NU pick, which was the biggest question, which is why I said I can switch the number 2 and number 1 spot between Derek and Inferage.
I believe that move is called Heat. I think Dan knows something about that. But I think Honchkrow and I think Yanmega might have breakout seasons this year. Who knows? But all in all, solid draft. It will compete with the A12 offense, I think. Yeah, I think it'll do. Oh, God. I'm going to stop talking now.
Okay. Well, unless you have any other thoughts on this, I think that pretty much wraps up the post-draft D-League analysis. So thank you all so much for watching.
Wait, no. Infernage just texted me saying we should wrap this up. So let's stall this out a little bit, okay? How was your day?
Oh, okay. That's good. My day was really well. I had a nice lunch, ate at Subway, not a sponsor.
Dude,
it was really good.
That's great. I went to the
good.
beach. Infernage looks really mad now. He sent me ... So bad outro. Oh God, dude, we're in trouble. Do you think this will get cut from the video? I think this will probably all get cut from the video. So let's just say really mean things. Honestly, though, A12 worst player in the league.
Yeah, easily. But not quite as bad as Dylan or Zvej. They're just those two are the worst. But be sure to subscribe and like because, Dylan Hazard's that good. Defog bad.
We gave Dylan way too many shouts in this video. Let's just keep going shout-outs. Shout out to Infernage who wants this video to end. Shout out to the 40 minutes we've been rambling for. Shout out to Rob.
Shout out to NBA the movie.
We're making a movie?
Dude, this is it, man.
This is it? I like it. I've always wanted a full-length feature film of the NBA.
Me too, man.
Okay. I think we've done enough damage. This is good.
Yeah, I think so. Well, thank you all so much for watching. We look forward to seeing how all these teams do throughout the season. Once again, this ranking system isn't based at all on performance or past performance or how well we think you'll do. This is just sheerly based on what we think of the drafts and where we think you'll place based on the drafts.
So, yeah, I totally agree. Noah, are you usually in this? Are you usually a D-League analysis?
I am a new D-League analyst replacing Bobby full-time.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Bobby.
Then,
and his Nidoking sweep, he got 4 kills.
That's nice. That's great. Anyway, I guess that's it, guys. Tune in next week when we bring you guys the Week 1 and Week 2. I think just Week 1 power rankings featuring a whole new lineup of people because I won't be back. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you for filling in for Lewis. Okay. Anyways, guys, be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below what you think of these drafts, and we're out. Peace.